Hello everybody. ACEF welcomes you to the ACEF Asian Leaders Forum and Awards. ACEF programs in its 10th year are guided and supported by advisory members to reach to its objectives for learning and networking, and is organized by a team of professionals from India, Singapore, Sri Lanka and UAE. Thank you all for joining us for this live event, and greeting to delegates from Sri Lanka, Subha Devasak. Ahlan to our friends from GCC region, Khosh Amadid to our friends from Iran, and hello to all from Singapore, Nepal and from the Asia Pacific regions. Thank you so much for joining us. And before we kickstart this beautiful event, let us put our hands together, because since the advent of pandemic, clapping all over the world is tax-free. Yes. And on that note, let us kickstart this beautiful event. The speakers speaking at the forum are Mr. Nandana Vikramage, Board Director, Consultant, Business Development and Strategic Advisor for multiple companies, Personal and Career Development Coach and Lyricist from Sri Lanka. Mr. Vivek Bhargava, Co-Founder, Profit Wheel Data Technologies Private Limited and former Head of Dens2 Performance Group. Pawan Chawla, Senior Vice President, Adfactors PR. This will be followed by the announcement of the winners of the ACEF Asian Leaders Awards for Branding, Marketing and CSR. Before we start with the first session, we would like to thank our supporting partners, Kensho Digital, SIES College of Management, DigitalFellow.com, Media Brief and Content Monkey, and is coordinated by Akash and Angel Enterprises. Special thanks to 24 Frames Digital to make this event happen through their virtual platform. To start, we invite our first speaker to speak on the topic, Does a Brand Need a Mother? And we have with us Mr. Nandana Vikramage. Mr. Nandana Vikramage, popularly known to many in the Sri Lankan and global platforms as the Practical Coach. He is a sought-after personal development trainer, peak performance coach and a motivational specialist. To the corporate world, Nandana Vikramage is a highly respected conceptualizer, strategist and a brand builder, well known for his transforming touch in shaping and building brands towards achieving market leadership, and also very effectively developing skills for the future leaders. His contribution to the corporates and people development has gained him an incredible number of awards and accolades both locally and globally. He is popular amongst the general public as a highly accomplished lyricist who has over 500 songs to his repertoire, many of which have topped the Sri Lankan charts and many have been featured in movies. He served on the main board of CBL Group for almost 2 decades. CBL is at present the largest FMCG conglomerate in Sri Lanka. Nandana currently serves on the boards of Alliance Life Insurance Lanka Limited and Alliance Insurance Lanka Limited. He also shoulders the responsibilities as a business consultant and strategic advisor to many Sri Lankan corporates and continues to nurture much needed future leaders in both the corporate sector and in the community.
Aiboan, a very good day to everyone. At the outset, let me thank Mr. Agnel and the team for inviting me to speak at this prestigious event, ACEF Asian Leaders Forum and Awards. I treat this as an honor. So thank you, Mr. Agnel and the team. I would like to mention a word of appreciation for the organizing committee of this event. Appreciation is a wonderful thing that makes one continue to do better all the time. I believe the purpose of this event is also the same. By appreciating and rewarding the Asian leaders in marketing, they will be motivated to take that challenge to the world. A person's greatest emotional need is to be appreciated. And when a person's emotional need is fulfilled, their minds become open. They become more creative, and it will make them do things that they never thought they could do before. So, to the conceptualizers and the organizers of this event, you ought to be congratulated. And for the supporters, partners, and participation of this event, I would say, keep supporting and keep participating to appreciate and motivate the organizers to continue this year after year. I am a person who commenced my career right at the bottom of the corporate ladder as a trainee sales representative and moved up to the pinnacle or the top to become a main board director of multiple organizations. In this lovely journey, I gained both knowledge and experience in every division, department, in many markets, many consumer segments, and learned both physical and psychological aspects of organizations and its people, brands, agencies, competition, consumers, and many more. As a person with a career spanning over 40 years, I am happy to mention that building brands has been my job, my responsibility, my accountability, and more than all, building brands was and yet to date it is my passion. If there is any individual who is a brand custodian and don't have a passion towards building a brand, I say, you are committing a crime. Let me give you a quote from Mother Teresa. She says, it's not about how much you do, but it is how much love you put into that. What you do is that what counts. My motherland is Sri Lanka. My entire corporate career has been with Sri Lankan organizations. And I'm proud to mention that I have been a team member and also given leadership to build over a dozen of brands and driven them to become the leader in each respective category. Some of those brands which I have given the leadership to are rated as topmost brands in the country. If myself and my brand custodians didn't have the passion, those achievements wouldn't have ever been possible. I strongly believe that organizations that have a portfolio of strong brands or even one extremely strong brand will no doubt be able to hold on, survive, and progress even in any adverse market conditions. This is why all successful organizations have made the highest commitment to give birth, to nurture, and build stable and strong brands. 2 long years has gone by with a global crisis and a pandemic situation. All or most strong brands before the pandemic are still continuing to dominate its markets. How is that possible? Many relatively smaller brands have fallen beyond the level of comeback or turnaround, as we all call it. Why is that? You know that the answer to this is very obvious. A strong brand could be equal to a human who is physically and mentally strong. Such person could go through any tough or rough situation, but could come out as a winner. Such people are not just born, they are built. They are built on strong foundations, with firm roots, well nurtured, protected, and continually guided very well. From the time of conceiving to childbirth, and thereafter right throughout, there is someone who unconditionally provides the love and takes every necessary step to make sure to build a strong character, a winning personality, and an ultimate successful person. That someone is the mother, or at times could be a committed and passionate guardian. If not for that passionate mother or guardian, even the survival of that child would not be a possibility. A baby needs love, care, protection, food, nutrition, medication, education, knowledge, many more. A mother is not an expert or a specialist in all those areas. For instance, she may not be a doctor, but she knows when the baby is unwell and when she should be taking the baby to the doctor. She knows and follows up when the baby needs the vaccinations. She knows to direct the child to the correct education. I need not explain who a mother is to a baby, to a child, or even to grown-ups, and for you and me, however old we may be. If I say we are where we are today is because of our mother or guardian, I'm sure no one would have any objections to when I say that. One may wonder why I'm talking of a mother, or for that matter, parenting at this forum. I personally think and feel this is the most appropriate forum to talk of parenting. This forum is for marketers. Marketers are the key people in any organization who are in control of the company's major asset called brands. Sadly, some have a misconception that marketers' role is advertising, promotions, or just communicating on behalf of the brand. That is completely wrong. I say a brand is like a baby. Every brand needs parenting, similar to children. Children need to grow and succeed in this competitive world. In fact, a brand also is the same. Every brand is in a very competitive environment and needs to face many challenges to be successful. Values and personality of any individual is shaped by the parents. Value of a brand and its personality is also shaped by the brand custodian, whom I call mother, guardian, or the parent of the brand. The difference between a successful brand or a failed brand could be mostly attributed to parenting. Bad parenting and good parenting decides the future of a child. And it is the same for any brand. If you look very carefully, you will come across many similarities of a parent's approach to parenting of child or versus brand parenting. Some parents believe that what was good for them will always be good for their children too, despite the fact the situations are different, environment is different, challenges are different. Some parents don't adjust to the current period and current situation. You know, children brought up that way are often lost in the present. Similarly, some brand managers are used to treating the brands with what they feel are good and not what is good for the brands for today. The current context is totally ignored by them. This happens when companies don't deploy the right brand custodian. It is a fact that people or employees keep changing companies. As a result, the brand keeps changing hands. Just imagine what would happen to a child if the mother or the guardian keeps changing. The child would be ruined, isn't it? In the same manner, if the brand custodian keeps changing very often, the brand would lose focus, lose identity, and would not be able to go towards the desired success. Every child needs to be surrounded by a happy family. The child gets the correct upbringing, the needed guidance and protection is received only if the family is a happy one. It is the same for any brand. If the brand custodian keeps changing hands or have very unpleasant working environment, the brand would go through the same trauma as a child in an unsettled family background. Some tend to believe that brand progress does not get disturbed if there is a very clear brand blueprint or a strategy document showing the future pathway of the brand. I personally disagree with that. Parenting cannot be done based on a guidebook. I always feel that a brand custodian should be there for the brand for more lengthy periods. Then only they would develop a very strong bond with the brand. They would understand the brand and the markets better, and they will be able to give an uninterrupted support to the brand, and it will progress then. Brand blueprints and strategy documents are of course good to have as guide, but in the absence of a passionate and bonded custodian, mother or that parent, which I am emphasizing on, the brand's future would be in the dark. Unfortunately, most organizations of today treat brand managers as just another job and recruit them without checking on their compatibility to the specific brand they are going to take care of. Every brand has its own personality, like every child. So the brand custodian should be able to understand that brand, its market, and also the competitive environment before actioning any strategy. The managements of organizations should understand that the brand custodian is not just a coordinator or communicator or even an administrator. A brand custodian needs to have a passion to love and develop the brand, to drive it towards success, like a mother unconditionally loves and passionately works towards the future of the children. If the brands are left in the hands of part-time babysitters, the brands will have no bright future whatsoever. My little advice to the brand owners, when I say brand owners, that's the top managements, director boards, or entrepreneurs. The position of a brand custodian in an organization is not just a junior position. It should be a very high-level position, totally supported by the rest of the employees, and should be given adequate authority to take decisions as and when necessary. The working environment should be made comfortable because that particular individual will shoulder a massive responsibility of the future success of the company in whole. He or she is also held accountable. as it's needed for the family to provide such an environment to a mother, every organization should make that environment to the brand custodian, who I say is the parent, guardian, or to be precise, the mother. So having come to the end of my time allocation, let me thank everyone who patiently listened to my viewpoints. And also, once again, thank Ms. Agnell and the team for inviting me to talk at this wonderful event. May you all be motivated to continue to have many more events like this. Hope for more physical events than virtual ones. For that physical events to be possible and for all of us to be enjoying our wonderful life, may this pandemic situation around the globe come to an end. Until then, please stay safe. In conclusion, to be on my topic of does a brand need a mother, let me re-emphasize that as much as every child needs a mother, a brand needs a passionate, knowledgeable, committed custodian, guardian, parent, whatever one may call that individual. That is the mother I referred to in my topic. Goodbye for now. Ayubowan.
Thank you so much for the great insight with the perfect example. Ladies and gentlemen, can you put our hands together for Mr. Nandana Vikramadu? Thank you so much, sir. Moving on, our next speaker does not need much introduction. Speaking on the topic, prospering in the digital age, we invite Mr. Vivek Bhargava, co-founder, Profit Wheel Data Technologies Private Limited. He was the former head of Dentsu Performance Group. Vivek Bhargava is a digital entrepreneur and one of the most respected digital evangelists in the country. Vivek, till recently used to head all the digital performance agencies of Dentsu in India. He was responsible for the growth and expansion of the Dentsu Performance Group through additional acquisitions in the performance space. He now heads the leading strategic partnership of Dentsu and Netcore by the name Profit Wheel. A frontrunner in the digital revolution in India, Vivek believes digital is much more than a mere marketing medium, a catalyst and a multiplier across every aspect of the business. Prior to this, Vivek was the CEO at iProspect India. Vivek began his entrepreneurial journey in 1997 when he founded Communicate2. The company joined hands with iProspect India, a digital marketing agency from Dentsu International in 2012 and led the new entity, iProspect Communicate2, as founder and managing director. The company was rebranded as iProspect India at the end of 2015 with Vivek as CEO until 2016, after which he assumed the position of head of Dentsu Performance Group. Recently, Dentsu launched a Dentsu Venture Fund. Vivek is one of the 3 partners running it. Apart from this, he is on the board of IAMAI and now the chair of the IAMAI Startup Committee. Career highlights. Angel investor with investments in 20+ companies in India and globally. Donned the role of an investor in the reality television show The Vault to fund innovative startups. TEDx speaker where he has delivered 2 talks, How Money Can Buy Happiness and Happiness is a Muscle, and is penning down a book, Happiness is a Muscle. Regular speaker at global events like AdTech, SES, SMX, ICOM and the Apex Digital Conferences in India and given guest lectures at IITs, IIMs and Harvard. Co-chair at SEMPO APAC and on the advisory board of industry bodies like AdTech, DMAI, DMTI and on the board of IAMI and member of Young Presidents Organization and Entrepreneurs Organization, Mumbai. Awarded for his invaluable contribution to the digital marketing fraternity on several occasions, most notably Marketer of the Year, and named one of the top 50 digital icons of India. Co-owner of the Goa Challengers in the Ultimate Table Tennis League, the country's first ever professional table tennis league. Vivek is an accomplished national level table tennis player and has won multiple laurels in the world of sports worldwide, including 2 silver medals in the 39+ nationals in 2018 and multiple gold medal in the Maharashtra State Championships. He is also an avid chess player and an amateur paragliding pilot. a complete family bluff, and a love of new experiences. Vivek has traveled to more than 55 countries in the world on various projects and tournaments. Ladies and gentlemen, can you put our hands together and thank you so much, Chief, for the great insights.
So over the next 20 minutes, we're going to talk about prospering in the digital age. So basically what has happened in the last multiple years is that it's no longer about digital marketing. What's happening is that digital is the age we're living in. It plays a role of a catalyst or a multiplier across every single function in enterprise, whether it's customer acquisition, whether it's brand building, whether it's understanding consumer trends, whether it's hiring talent, whether it's cross-selling, upselling to existing customers. Everything that an organization does, digital plays a role of a catalyst or multiplier across that entire function. So the first thing people have to realize is that it's not about digital marketing anymore. What I'm trying to do is that I'm going to summarize 20 years of my experience in digital into 10 to 15 slides for the next 15-20 minutes. So I think the biggest challenge that a lot of organizations face is that they treat digital like how they've treated maybe building a factory or building a market plan for a physical product. The challenge is that digital is about taking a step in the right direction and then start walking. When you're walking in a mist or a fog, the challenge is that you only get visibility of 100 meters. You have to walk that 100 meters in the right direction, and then you get more visibility. Then what will happen is you may come across an incline, so you reserve your energy. You may come across a bumpy road, you have to be careful. You may come across a chasm where you may have to build a bridge. But till the time you start walking in the right direction, you will not be actually getting visibility of what needs to be done. The other problem with the blueprint approach is that you create this entire blueprint. And obviously this blueprint has a lot of components. And what if one of the components changes? What if a technology company stops providing you something? Like Apple came out with IDFA, and a lot of data that you would get earlier is no longer available to you. So if you built your entire approach with that blueprint, and one component goes missing, you have to almost start from scratch. But if you're walking in the right direction, then you know, okay, this is the bumpy road you got. Now you can do something about it and move forward. The biggest disruptions that happen, they happen because people are not able to estimate exponential technologies. So about approximately 4 or 5 years ago, I had gone for the Singularity course in the NASA campus. So you stay where the astronauts stay. And one thing that I understood was that exponential technologies are going to disrupt a lot of industries. But the way to look at it is not what is going to happen in the industry in the future, but what's happened to the industry in the past. Like 3D printing got invented 35 years ago. And if something is growing quarter on quarter and it's only 2% of the market today, but then what happens is in the next less than 2 years, the entire industry will be taken over by that exponential technology. So you can predict the future if you look at the growth rate of these technologies over the last few years, rather than looking at what the market size of the technology today is. I think there are a lot of exponential technologies, whether it's blockchain, whether it's 3D printing, whether it's drones, and I'll cover some examples of this as we move forward. I think basically I've always wondered when people send me this WhatsApp, this company making 100 crore loss valued at 1,000 crores, this company making 500 crore loss valued at 5,000 crores. So I think the biggest challenge is, right, that today when you set up a factory or you set up an oil refinery, you may put that 50,000 crores cost as a cost of capital, right? And it's a fixed asset. So you amortize it over a 20, 30, 50-year period. The challenge is that accounting systems have not changed for 200 years. So if today private equity or venture capital is investing in digital businesses, these are the smartest guys in the world, because hopefully the industries that pay the most are the one that attract the smartest capital. So why do you think they're investing in digital companies that are making losses? I don't think one should look at those losses in the same respect. So let me give you an example. If Amazon, when it started off 20, 30 years ago, 25 years ago, probably the conversion rate on the app, on the website would have been 2%. Today, an Amazon Prime customer converts 90%. It means you just go to the Amazon website or an app as a Prime customer to buy things. You don't even go there to explore things. So if that is the case, that journey from 2% to 90% plus has invested, they have to invest in brand building, in deliveries, and all these costs, unfortunately, the conventional accounting system puts it as expense. But these are actually not expense, right? Because this 2% benefits you not only this year, but next year and next year after that. So these are also expenses which should have been amortized and they should be treated as capital expenses. But now what we're doing is we're evaluating digital businesses with conventional accounting system that are 20, 30, 50, 100 years old. So you're never going to get the right answer for a digital business if you extrapolate the conventional accounting systems and apply them to the digital world. So my recommendation is that look at the business. Is it amortized? Is it that expense that you're doing? Is it a capital expense? Not from an accounting standpoint of view, but from a business model standpoint of view. So I think the other thing is we've heard the saying, data is a new oil. But when I talk to a lot of FMCG companies, they actually don't even have a strategy of data collection, let alone using that to make data-driven decisions. So every single product sold must have a QR code. In fact, I invested in a company which basically puts QR codes onto packaging. And for brands like Bisleri, we even have as much as 30% scan rate. That means you have 10 million customers, you're selling to them every month. You can collect 10 million customers' data in the next 3 to 4 years by having contests, having prizes, because that data, it is going to be useful to you. Like what has happened in the cookieless world in the last few years. Imagine if you had every single customer's data with you. When COVID happened, your sales would have not gone down. But I know companies where the sales went from 100 crores to zero because they had no way to get in touch with their customers. So the customer had demand, but there was no way they could order it. So I think the biggest strategy that a lot of companies must have is not to what to do with the data, but at least have a very, very clear plan how you're going to collect data of every customer that you have. So, I was talking to somebody where only 5% of his business was coming from digital. So obviously his mind share was going towards 95% of his business. I asked him a simple question. What are the multiple that you get in your existing business? And what are the multiple digital businesses are getting from their business? So he said, you know what? Digital businesses are crazy. You get a multiple of 20, 30, 40. I get a multiple of 5. So I said, okay. So that means today that 5 and the difference is almost 20. That means that business is significantly valuable from a valuation point of view. What do you think is going to happen to this 5 in the next 5 years? He said, it can easily become 30% of my business. So I said that very simple, right? If it's going to be 25% of your business, but the value of that business is going to be more than 75% of your business, then should you not be investing at least 25% of that value in digital from today onwards? And the thing is, he could then transform his business because he suddenly realized it's not 5% of his business, it's 30% of his value today, and it's going to be 50, 100% of his value tomorrow. So the way to look at digital is, it's like almost like taking a train to a destination. Just because the train makes an unscheduled stop somewhere, you don't get out of the train, you stay on the train. Digital is going to be big and it's going to get bigger. Don't look at it from this point of view that today your business from digital is only 2% or 5%. It has the potential to become 30% of business, but that 30% will be significantly more valuable than the remaining 70% of your business. I think the other mistake that I feel a lot of companies make is that they come to me, what, Vivek, I need so many million followers because my competition has so many followers. I want my video to go viral so that I can get almost like 1 billion views. And ask them a simple question. Okay, let's say you get 1 billion views, right? You do get 1 billion views. And then what? In the board meeting, somebody's going to ask you, okay, you got 1 billion views and you have 50 million Facebook followers. But what did it do to your top line? What did it do to your bottom line? The biggest challenge is that nobody has an answer for that so what question because we set digital goals. The way digital has to be used is that it's a catalyst and a multiplier for everything you do as a company. Because that's the way to look at digital. What happens is set business goals. Let's say your business goal was very simple, right? Your goal was that I'm going to increase my revenues from existing customers by 30%. I'm going to use first party data more effectively. I'm going to calculate the customer lifetime value. I'm going to use them target them using tools like my company Profit Wheel. And because of that, I'm going to increase my business from existing customers. And what if that business objective is met? What does it do to your bottom line? What does it do to your top line? Is there anybody in the board who's going to ask you that, listen, you've increased your profits, you've increased your revenues, and so what? Because the fact of the matter is, if you align your digital endeavors towards a business goal and business outcome, nobody's going to ask you, so what question. So I think this is one other learning that I've seen over the last 8-10 years of working with businesses, that they make the mistake of setting up digital goals. Digital goals don't make sense. Digital is a multiplier for everything you do. Please set business goals if you want your digital to work for you. You know, if you go back in time, there was a time probably in the 80s or 70s where Windows and Intel controlled 110% of the industry profit. What actually it meant was the rest of the companies in software and hardware put together were losing 10%. So today what happens is, if you take a company like Apple, the reason why Apple is a $1 trillion plus company, because they have the best customers. You have 20% of the customers who give you most of the profits. How do you treat them special? What are the things you do for them? Do you even calculate their lifetime value? So I think the biggest challenge is that audience intelligence, people don't invest in. So if you have first party data of your best customers, use tools, whether it's Profit Wheel and so many other tools that allow you to understand what are the interests those customers have. How do you target those customers more effectively? How do you make sure your customer acquisition is from people who fall into the 20% bucket of your customers who give you most of the profits? If you don't do that, then what happens is customer acquisition will never be profitable for you. So my philosophy is very simple, that I think along with the data collection of first party data, please understand who are your most profitable customers. If you can keep them with you and retain them forever, imagine the amount of value they deliver to your company. The very fact is you listening to this talk is good, first step in the right direction. I think digital fitness of the organization is very critical, because what happens is that a lot of time what happens is that the junior most guy or the intern or people who is a younger person in the company is given this mandate of digital. Digital is a strategic endeavor. I think right from the CEO to the senior management of the company, including the board, must understand digital. If you take a lot of boards in India, I've had the fortune of being in some boards. I've rarely found anybody in the board who's less than 50 years old. If your entire senior management, entire senior board, none of them are Gen Z, it would be sad, because understanding concepts of digital and components of digital is going to be very, very difficult for them. And then what's going to happen is that they will go with the scarcity mindset to the market. Digital is about abundance mindset. Just because I take something from you doesn't mean that you have less of it. In digital, replicating things is easier, distributing things is even easier. So because of that, I think everybody has to understand the digital mindset. And for that, learning components of digital and digital fitness is probably the most important investment you can make for your entire team, including senior management. So if you just look back in time, digital was Web 1.0. So what happened was that if you look back at movies, the earliest movies were created, they were very much theater-like. That's all the people knew. So they would actually have a set where everybody was there on the set. They would not zoom into individuals, and they were almost recording a theater play. So Web 1.0 was just putting magazines on the internet. Then Web 2.0 came, the interaction started. And basically what happened was social media came up and user-generated content came up, and companies like Twitter and Facebook became large companies. But now what's happening is Web 3.0 is coming in. So Web 3.0, the biggest difference is that there may be platforms where there may not be any company. So imagine there is no company, like Bitcoin is not a company, but still the market cap of the platform, because now the users become and own, and the people who are part of the community in a way own that platform. The users own their own data. while in most of the other Web 2.0 platforms, the users are the data. So imagine if Uber was there, and what if all the drivers of Uber sort of owned Uber? Can you imagine the experience you would have in that company? How much wealth they would all end up creating, what kind of service they would all give, and all of them would collaborate with each other to make sure that the platform, the valuation of the company keeps on increasing. So Web 3.0 is an insane concept and it's going to be very, very exciting. And I think companies need to prepare for it, because the thing is, if you don't understand what a sort of a metaverse is, or you don't understand what blockchain is, or you don't understand exponential technologies, your company will get disrupted sooner than later. It's important that we start reading up on this and improving the digital fitness of every single person who works in any kind of a company. The other thing, the challenge that is happening is that, especially the FMCG sector and a lot of companies, they've never had customer data. So, you would have your own brand store because you want to collect some data, and then you would extrapolate the behavior of rest of your customers with that data. That's not how digital works. Digital is a census medium. You need to collect data from every single customer you have. Then you have to create cohorts of your best customers, your mid-value customers, your low-value customers, and see, if you create content, how do you create content for your best customers? If you create a creative strategy, how do you make sure that your creative strategy is in line with your best customers? The world is going to move to a cookieless world. First-party data is going to be the most important thing that will differentiate and keep your company relevant. And calculating your customer lifetime value will drive your customer acquisition strategy. If you don't align your customer acquisition strategy with customer lifetime value, then you're going to be in trouble. And the direct-to-consumer companies are doing that. And until you follow and join the bandwagon, you're going to face challenges. So when I went to Singularity University, I think exponential technologies is one thing that not only completely transformed the way I think about digital. I realized that in the early days, what would happen is you would create something like a steam engine and it would affect the transportation industry. Exponential technologies actually impact a lot of industries, and I can give you a lot of examples and probably just share one of them. So let's take an example of exponential technologies. So there was a port being built in Germany. The port was going to get completed by 2030. And then what happened was that they realized that drones today can carry a certain X amount of weight, and they last from a battery duration point of view for a certain number of minutes. Now, in every 9 months, the capacity of the drone, both in terms of battery as well as the capacity to sort of carry the weight, is doubling. So let's say you can carry only 500 kilos today. The drone can do that for 20 minutes. Now, in 9 months, it's going to become 1 ton. Then in 9 months, it's going to become 2 tons, then 4, then 8, then 16, then 32. So just imagine, if the largest containers are 100 tons, in 6 to 8 years, each of these drones will be able to last for a few hours and carry X amount of tons, which is the biggest containers on a ship. Then why do you need a port? Basically, the drones could pick up the containers and then straight away load them into a truck. So you would have one port, the existing port, which will cover very, very unique containers which don't fit the norm. The rest of the things could be done by drones. So they actually shelved the project of building a port. But just imagine what it does to the infrastructure industry. Can you basically look back and predict all the different industries that will get disrupted with these exponential technologies? And that's how you look at digital. I think blockchain, Bitcoin, these are all the Web 3.0 sort of tokens that are going to sort of weave the fabric of 3.0, and understanding the basics of blockchain, Bitcoin, NFT, etc. Because they're not going to sort of impact one industry, as we discussed drones and ports. They're going to invest multiple industries. So just basics of blockchain. Digital has this problem called a double spend problem. Let's say if I have this remote in my hand and I give it to you. Now the problem is that you have it and I don't have it, and it's measured and it's tangible. But what if I give you a photograph of my phone? Then you have the photograph, I have the photograph, and there is no way for us to know that I don't have the photograph anymore. I still may have the photograph. So blockchain allows you to solve this double spend problem, and so does NFT, and you can build currencies on it, you can build mutual funds on it, you can build real estate on it, you can build So many advertising technologies on it. Everything will change in the Web 3.0 world, and blockchain is a very, very important building block in it. It's almost like a Lego piece. 90% of software anywhere in the world is open source. I think Web 3.0, you solve one problem once, and then everybody will have access to it, and they can just improve upon it. You don't have to solve that same problem again. Here in this case, in classical industries, Facebook, Google, and everybody has the same problem solved, and the new companies still have to solve it. So the way I look at it is no longer about digital marketing, digital communication. Digital is the age we're living in. And until and unless we understand that every single aspect of the business that we do is going to get impacted by it and prepare for it, then we will find it difficult to prosper in the digital age. Hopefully, this will set your motion in the right direction. Please take a compass to the world of digital and start walking in that right direction. Thank you.
Our next speaker is the Senior Vice President from AdFactors PR, Mr. Pawan Chawla, a communication and content professional, recipient of the prestigious award, Best PR and Corp Com Head of the Year across all media organizations nationwide. He mainlines on strategic communication and public relations, brand building and content creation across formats through strategic narratives. Areas of strength: media, entertainment, digital, corporate, and lifestyle. Mr. Pawan will be speaking on the topic, 2 Digital Swiss Army Knives for Marketers, the podcast and the digital newsroom. Over to you, sir.
Namaste, hello, and thank you for being here on this session with me today at this wonderful 10th edition of the prestigious ACEF Asian Leaders Forum and Awards for Branding, Marketing, and CSR. My name is Pawan R. Chawla, and I'd like to begin by saying a big thank you to Agnel for having given me this opportunity to share with you my thoughts on an element of digital marketing and corporate communication, which to me is like a digital Swiss Army knife for marketers. This is the podcast. So my presentation, conversation, call it what you will, is about a personal, powerful, progressive multiplier. One of the best elements of digital marketing today that I'm convinced of, that will give you only organic growth, but real growth. So let's dive into the world of podcasts. There is something unique that everything brings to the table. We are agreed on that. As does the podcast. That one specific, really special something is, okay, before I answer that, let me quickly tell you about a little single question survey that a popular service that helps podcasts create great promotable content elements conducted with its users. The question simply was, why did you start podcasting? And what was it that initially inspired and continues to inspire podcasters? So here's a random selection. One respondent said, I found myself having long political or any other conversations with friends that I believed other people would enjoy hearing and listening to. A second podcaster said, I like podcasting because it's the most easy and personal, vulnerable way to tell stories. Another said, thinking that some stranger in a remote place is listening with interest to what I have to say is a very powerful and humbling experience. Yet another podcaster who runs a podcast related to cancer said, it's a great way to connect with others on any issue or topic, inform, share stories, provide hope and inspiration, and exhale. And this feedback that I'm sharing goes on to say, most importantly, I podcast because it's a heartfelt way to let someone who may have received a cancer diagnosis know that they are not alone. Empathy, not sympathy, and information that helps and inspires, supports the individual, empowers society. Because it receives the acceptance, sparks engagement, because there is a certain vulnerability, a certain PLU or people like us quotient that draws us deeper into the conversation. And it's very, very different from what a 30, 45, 60, or even a 120-second video ad could ever do. Because a podcast is a conversation that can be as short as 3 to 5 minutes and as long as 2 hours. Most important, more than 85% of Americans who ever begin listening to a podcast that they searched for and liked the description or trailer of, well, they listen to the complete conversation, all 5 or 60 minutes of it. Can an ad film or an article or a radio show, limited by the current, FM radio formats, of course, ever claim or promise that? At a fraction of the cost of a video film. The cost of producing a 30-minute podcast is around 1/4 or even much less than that of producing a 30-second digital film for YouTube and other social media platforms. Seth Godin has said, podcasts are the new blogs. So at this point, let me state what I feel are 2 important facts. 1, podcasts give you a powerful personal connect and are extremely useful. They must be deployed for all content marketing initiatives, because the most important strength of content marketing is that the content has to be credible in its presentation and in the usefulness of itself or the content. Check those 2 boxes, credibility and usefulness, and you will be half set to reap the ROI. Why half set? Well, that brings me to the second fact. Many marketers need to know more, much more than they do, about podcasts, how they are produced and how they enter the internet stratosphere, and from where we can take them and start promoting them, and hoping and ensuring, actually helping them create engagements that will empower your business or your purpose of having actually come out with that podcast. First, let's look at the strengths of the podcasts. They give you a powerful personal connect, as I said. They are like free on-demand talk radio, the kind that you will never catch on any FM radio network in India. Podcasts need very little effort to consume. They're far more personal than blogging, radio, or video. And that's because of the natural warming up any listener will experience to the warm human voices presenting on a podcast. And that I also experienced with a lot of radio presenters across the country. In a podcast, the speaker is authentic, sharing their real selves. The real one-to-one of podcasts. That's what makes them, personal for the listener. That helps the speaker and the brand build relationships. Your authenticity will build trust. A simple, small personal connection can mature into a relationship at varying levels. So through personal, direct, relatable conversations, you enhance your purpose profile for great overall impact. And in the process, there is enhanced CXO thought leadership, and as a result, obviously, far greater overall impact. Now, why podcasts? Apart from the foregoing? Well, podcasts are a growing medium. That's really a platitude today. Industry Tracker Podcast Insights estimates that there are more than 900,000 podcasts spread across 20 million plus episodes currently available on different platforms. Apple Podcasts has traditionally led the market till about 2 or a year and a half ago, with about 550,000 active podcasts in more than 100 languages. And today, Spotify too is fast emerging as the leading podcast directory, closely followed by Google Podcasts. And amongst themselves, these 3, that is Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, in that order, I believe, can give any podcast series or episode an OTL or opportunity to listen of nearly 95% of the people anywhere in the world who like, listen to, or search for podcasts, like I said, across the world. Globally, podcasting revenues have shot up, with the global podcasting market size estimated to reach $94.88 billion by 2026. The increasing popularity of audio on demand is the main driver here. So one is the popularity of audio on demand. I can listen to it anywhere I like, whether I'm walking, driving, gardening, traveling, exercising, or just lying down and chilling out, right? So the first is audio on demand and its popularity. And the other factors pushing market growth are minimal entry barriers for creators and the ease of accessibility for users who can, consume them any which way, anytime, like I said. So which is why one recommends podcasts be used by marketers for content marketing. Right. Now, let's talk about that array of, audiences, objectives, and themes that podcasts have. Let's see. Audiences? Well, customers, media, stakeholders, peers, policymakers, and internal audiences. Objectives? You might want to establish leadership, position the brand and values, highlight your superb niche and expertise, promote approachability and authenticity, build and grow a relationship with listeners from across your target groups. And how do you do that? You do that by speaking directly to your target markets. Expand discoverability for yourself, and thereby and therethrough expand leads, and through the leads, consideration, so that your brand awareness or purpose awareness translates into customer acquisition. And in the process, because you're speaking and you're delivering your messages so well-written messages in a natural way, you are also featured alongside industry experts. So like I said earlier, CXO thought leadership. And the themes now, they can be so many. CXO thought leadership, like I just said, innovation, the culture, mission, vision, the impact of the company. There can be milestones, recognition and awards, products, campaigns, tech, CSR, you name it. And all these and more could well be produced for internal audiences too, played out on and through the intranet, dark social, emailers, and more. Now, this might sound like a rhetorical question after all that we've been through, but why a podcast? Well, I'm not going to answer that, but I'm going to play for you what respected industry leader Samir Modi, who leads the 2,200 crore Modi Enterprises Group, and who recently published the first episode of his podcast to help empower individuals for themselves, society, and nation. Samir's podcast series, which my team produced for him and which I co-present with him on the episodes, is called The Change Podcast with Samir Modi, Soch Badlo, Khud Ko Badlo, Dunya Badlo. And in that episode, here's what he had to say, Samir Modi, when I asked him about why he chose the format of podcast to take his message to the masses. Why a podcast series, Samir?
So when I imbibed the journey of Soch Badlo, Khud Ko Badlo, Dunya Badlo, I realized it changed me as a person. Mm-hmm. It changed my life completely. Mm-hmm. And today I'm a new man. Right. In today's day and today's world, I believe Soch Badlo, Khud Ko Badlo, Dunya Badlo can and has the ability to change every human being's quality of life and the way he or she thinks.
Wonderful.
Also, I believe that Soch Badlo, Khud Ko Badlo, Dunya Badlo is really a very engaging concept. It is one that has to be conveyed with one's mind and heart, and it has to be felt. It has to be heard. And the emotions that it evokes within us are really the emotions that we really want to converse with, communicate at that level. And there is nothing better to bring these emotions into one's heart and one's mind. And that's why I chose the podcast format.
Right. So that was one format, a purpose-driven industry thought leader in conversation with a third-party expert. Samir Modi's Modi Enterprises owns and is the publisher of this podcast series. So you can either own a series or you can be featured on a series that's owned and published by another party. Now, here's a short example of a second format featuring two spokespersons for an entity. This was part of an award-winning series by Adfactors PR for the Indian Medical Association, the world's biggest non-profit body for the support of doctors and the medical care profession and the people of India. This 122-year-old body decided very progressively to go ahead with not one podcast, but a 5-episode podcast series called Wealth of Health. And when was this? I think more than 3 years ago. Listen to a short part of this episode, which had the objective of educating people with TB, the disease, to ensure that they persisted with and did not give up their treatment midway. This little excerpt features a former TB patient in conversation with a TB specialist.
नमस्कार, आप सुन रहे हैं वेल्थ ऑफ हेल्थ इंडियन मेडिकल एसोसिएशन की पॉडकास्ट सीरीज। आइए वेल्थ ऑफ हेल्थ के इस एपिसोड में सुनते हैं एक नवविवाहित स्त्री की कहानी। जिसे शादी के बाद टीबी हो गया और कैसे उसने पहले अपनी लापरवाही की वजह से तकलीफ झेली और फिर कैसे अपने दृढ़ निश्चय, डॉक्टर्स की मदद और टीबी नोटिफिकेशन के फायदों की वजह से आज वो न सिर्फ एक स्वस्थ गृहिणी है बल्कि एक प्यारे से बच्चे की मां भी। सुनिए सुनीता की कहानी उन्हीं की जुबानी डॉक्टर अगम वोरा से बातचीत के जरिए। ये है इंडियन मेडिकल एसोसिएशन की पॉडकास्ट सीरीज वेल्थ ऑफ हेल्थ का नया एपिसोड। आइए सुनते हैं।
नमस्कार, हेलो, वेलकम। मैं हूं डॉक्टर अगम वोरा। मैं एक चेस्ट फिजिशियन हूं, यानी अस्थमा, सीओपीडी, ब्रोंकाइटिस एंड टीबी ये मेरे सब्जेक्ट्स हैं। मैं मुंबई के कूपर हॉस्पिटल में मानद सेवा देता हूं और करुणा हॉस्पिटल, सूचक हॉस्पिटल, एडवांस मल्टी स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल में अपनी रेस्पिरेटरी सर्विसेज करता हूं। और मैं आपका स्वागत करता हूं वेल्थ ऑफ हेल्थ पॉडकास्ट सीरीज के 3rd एपिसोड में। ये एक आईएमए का इनिशिएटिव है। आईएमए यानी इंडियन मेडिकल एसोसिएशन। आप जानते होंगे इंडियन मेडिकल एसोसिएशन बहुत बड़ी संस्था है जो राष्ट्रव्यापी संस्था है। हर एक डॉक्टर डायरेक्टली एंड इनडायरेक्टली इससे जुड़ा हुआ है। बीमारियों के बारे में लोगों को जानकारी देना, अलग अलग कैंप करना, कई सारे इसके मिशन रहे हैं। तो ये हुई आईएमए की बात। और आज हम जिसके साथ बात करने वाले हैं, जो मेरे सामने बैठी हुई मुस्कुराती हुई यंग लड़की सुनीता। सुनीता ने एक ऐसी डिजीज को कंकर किया है, ऐसे डिजीज को फाइट किया है कि जिसकी स्टोरी से हमको बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा। तो सुनीता, सबको हेलो बोलोगी आप?
नमस्कार डॉक्टर वोरा, और सभी सुनने वालों को भी मेरा नमस्कार है।
So that conversation between a TB patient and a TB specialist doctor was a very personal conversation, and it was a lesson for everybody. And this series, actually, the IMA series that AdFactors PR produced for them of podcasts, 5 episodes, it won the Sabre 2 Tech Award in Singapore. And that was about, again, 3 odd years ago. So this series too was owned by the company, or in this case, the association, the IMA. Let me now play you a 3rd excerpt from another example, that of a company leader in conversation with an external media person. This podcast series is not owned by the company leader or his company, of course. Instead, this is like an editorial thing for the leader to speak about his excellent purpose-driven initiative. This podcast features Vallabh Bhanshali, co-founder of Enam Group and founder and chief mentor of the Desh Apnaye Sahyog Foundation, speaking about his NGO, Desh Apnaye, and also the Actizen contest in schools.
In this lockdown period, we are doing a number of webinars and bringing very useful material to schools and parents. So I think it's an ongoing exercise, exactly like freedom fight. Our intent is to take our country from Swaraj or self-rule to Suraj or good rule, and that will happen only by engaged citizenry. So it's a long journey, but we are all very committed.
So this was an example of the kind of initiative messaging that can be achieved through a podcast. Lends itself to long-tailing through transcript, picture quotes on various social media platforms, YouTube, and more. And there lies the long-tailing potential of every podcast episode that you will ever want to produce for your digital marketing initiatives. Today, with several excellent remote recording services based on the net, you can fully record your podcast episodes with 4K audio and 4K video too for any number of guests from 4 to 9 persons. Two excellent remote podcasting platforms are Squadcast and Riverside. Right. Now, you've written, recorded, produced, and created an excellent podcast series. The next important step is to effectively distribute your podcast. And if you've ever been asked, as I have been by several young marketers, as to where will we be publishing our series, on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts, or shall we go and publish on Google Podcasts? Well, just tell them these are not publishers. They will not host your podcast or give you the web space to put up your content on their platforms, just as Google will not host the published story of any other third-party website or publisher. Instead, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts, and the other podcast directories too, are just like Google is. They are directories. They are all search and engine services for the discovery of the content you seek or search for. So your podcast needs to be published on a professional podcast platform like Buzzsprout or Captivate or Libsyn or Blubbery, okay? Don't go for any free podcast platform that will publish your podcasts for free. You won't own your data. You will not be able to monetize that podcast. So just absolutely say a firm, stern no to any free podcast platforms for publishing. And, so a Buzzsprout or a Captivate or a Libsyn will help you submit your podcasts to all the directories in a uniform manner. They charge you monthly as per the number of minutes of audio that you can upload each month. So if you see the Master's Voice on MediaBrief.com, say on Spotify, this is what it's going to look like. Right. Remember, after having published the podcast, you're now ready to go ahead and promote it. Promotion? Well, here's what you can do. You can publish on brand platforms, on the website, on the company blog, LinkedIn pages, spokesperson, LinkedIn Pulse page, SoundCloud account, Medium account. You must have a Medium account if you want to get into thought leadership. Promote on, owned social media accounts so the company can promote it, like on Insta, Twitter, Facebook. Share audio promos, like little nuggets of the content. Share across the social media universe, FB pages, groups, LinkedIn groups, WhatsApp groups, intranet, Insta, Twitter, depending on your TG. Long-tailing pitch through a blog, authored article from each episode transcript. So you take the transcript, it was a beautifully written script in the first place. Well, long-tail it in print, long-tail it on a website. Find external relevant groups on social media for cross-publication, publish on the company YouTube, and run promotional ads on Google and partner sites to draw the audience. Now, quite often, marketers say, no, I don't want to have that ATL spend. And I say this, you must believe and you must have an ATL spend and an ATL budget for the podcast. Look, you believe in a 30-second video, spend a month or more crafting, producing, finalizing it. And, you spend plenty on the ATL and BTL promotions for that video because that reflects your confidence. Because yours is a 30-second video, whereas on YouTube, every single minute, there's 250 odd hours or more of videos uploaded. So you know that 250 hours, odd hours of videos uploaded on YouTube, and you still go with a 30-seconder, which you will throw into what could well be a black morass of, the YouTube space, but then you back it with your ATL. So for your podcasts too, spend a little on ATL. Smartly, in a focused, targeted way, reaching professionals, go for LinkedIn. And similarly, different platforms for different audiences. But do spend on ATL. So podcasts are the Swiss Army knife for all digital marketers. So podcasts are a great format for content marketing. And, it's not just that you think of a concept and you say, all right, I'll have these 2 or 3 people or one person. Don't do monologues. They are very boring, actually. Absolutely avoid monologues unless it's an internal intranet kind of an announcement or a regular feature. Okay. But try to have at least 2 people conversing. And they can be talking about anything. It can be just a very tactical thing that goes out to any company which has, say, 500,000 people on the ground who are their dealers. So it could be something that you could send out to them on WhatsApp, on dark social, saying, hey, this is our newest product. This is what you can do or say to sell it, right? To pitch it. And as I did count out, there are many applications, objectives, target audiences, everything that you can really deploy podcasts for. Here are some learnings, my own personal learnings from podcast development, especially with the Indian Medical Association series, which won the Sabertooth Tech Podcast Award, for great internal and new kind of marketing. Each topic must be pegged onto an important for society piece of news, research, or trend identified, or something that actually is of use. Can be something tactical during COVID. Do this, do not do this. This is how you remain safe. It's tactical. It's important for society. We know that, right? It should be presented in an empathetic way, and it must be useful information. Critical is tight, researched conversational scripts, well-directed recordings and production. Your spokesperson may be, the senior most biggest professional in the world, okay? But if he is going to vocalize or she's going to vocalize for words and say, and ooh, I mean, you will have the worst kind of audio delivery. People will get completely put off. So what you must have is tight, researched conversational scripts. Keep them in front, okay, and let them speak, read from them in a conversational way so that it's a smooth interaction. And, you give the respect to the time of the listener that you must always keep sacrosanct. So a specific podcast will build quality and organic audiences. Remember, it will build organic audiences. It demonstrates the company's tech-driven motivation to deliver its relevant, useful messages to audiences across every known and popular pipeline of content consumption. So tomorrow you say, hey, you know what? We do a lot of things on various other kind of media platforms. Let's also go to and use podcasts, because there are people who are digitally enabled, who will use their smartphones to ensure that, hey, I like something, I will share. Okay. And these are the kind of people who you must reach out to also, right? So use the podcast in addition to all the other media vehicles that you are using. And promotions are best targeted to direct and indirect stakeholders. First, external and internal audiences as per the content. In the case of the IMA, there were emails sent to huge databases of multiple lakhs of members. There were WhatsApp forwards to multiple medical professionals across all stakeholders, own website, social media. And, there were, I think we approached around 350 to 400 community radio stations in India also, saying, here's a podcast that will service and rather serve society. Why don't you play this out? Okay. And another thing that I've learned and realized is that a series of episodes on relevant topics, actually instead of a one-off, helps create a quality and a sustained narrative that demonstrates what? The multiple points of relevance of the initiatives of the company. For instance, the Indian Medical Association's 5-episode podcast series, Wealth of Health. The content plan was built across episode 1, India's powerful weapon against TB, which is notification. Episode 2 was Stop Violence Against Doctors. Okay. Episode 3 was the young lady who got careless with TB. That was the excerpt I played for you some time back. And episode 4 was 150 years of service by the Indian Medical Association. Episode 5 was shocking. The travails of episode 5 was shocking. The problems of resident doctors in India. So genuine, knowledgeable spokespersons will bring, So genuine, knowledgeable spokespersons will bring enormous amount of credibility to the content, even if they may not be good speakers with the best of voices. They will be sincere, they will be original. And important is that you have a podcast series and its episodes are listed on all top global podcast directories for maximizing reach. So I think there is so much more to be said about podcasts, how to make them, how to produce them well, how to really craft them through the scripting. There was this, I've heard this about, it's sort of purportedly said by Alfred Hitchcock, though I cannot find any actual proper attribution to it. But Hitchcock apparently is said to have said this. He said, my script is the most important part of the film. My film is finished the moment my script is finalized. Yes, an exaggeration, of course, and every great video filmmaker will balk at this, and as do I, in fact. But truly, the power of the script cannot be overemphasized. So I sincerely hope that you like this little session on this wonderful digital Swiss Army knife for marketers, which is the podcast. So thanks once again. You were listening to me. My name is Pawan Chavla. And thank you, Agnel, for this wonderful opportunity at the 10th edition of the prestigious ACEF Asian Leaders Forum and Awards for Branding, Marketing, and CSR. Thank you for your time. This part of my presentation is to do with the digital newsroom. The digital newsroom is a very powerful resource that unfortunately has been as underutilized as it is critical to strong digital marketing. And that's because originally newsrooms were at best a listing of elements like, press releases and images and logos and spokesperson images and profiles and media contacts. The end. They were, in a very crudely basic way, purely media centric, traditional media centric. In a traditional world, when media meant newspapers, magazines, TV, and radio, newsrooms were basic and frankly unidimensional. That was really an NG newsroom, not good. A good newsroom must showcase that you're a professional company, you run on the best practices and values, your initiatives across business for CSR, ESG people, your innovations across offerings, technology, and much more, your milestones, including achievements and awards, the positive impact of your business on the lives of everyone it serves, and that you demonstrably walk the talk of your mission, vision, values, that you are led by a C-suite of A+ quality and thought-leading stature. So at any given point in time, whether you're sailing through good times or turbulent ones, you must make and keep available and updated, tangible, credible information to demonstrate to all your stakeholders that you're a purpose-driven entity with consistently impeccable, genuine behavior. And all this valuable information must be available for all your stakeholders. All stakeholders? Well, this was called the media room. Now it's the digital newsroom because the stakeholders that you have today are a massive set. In the past, it was the media room, and so it was purely for media persons, mostly traditional media. But today you have the media traditional and digital, and that includes journalists, bloggers, columnists, YouTubers, podcasters. Other crucial stakeholders are the individuals on social media, your customers, your business and trade associates and partners, your current employees, your potential employees, the entire talent pool, influencers across society, the industry bodies and regulators who impact your business environment and ecosystem, and therefore you. So surely a media room would never suffice to keep updated and available all the information essential for all your stakeholders. Why? Because your stakeholders today are an evolving set that's digitally enabled and active. Your digitally evolved and active audience is all crucial to your businesses and their reputation. They need an assets and features-rich digital newsroom that is the best showcase of your company's good work, impact, and respect in society. And similarly, relevant and impactful content to demonstrate company leadership and C-suite thought leadership, and to even showcase awards and accolades. One, yes, those who write and report for media publications or comment and create content on social media are indeed an important audience of yours, at a digital newsroom. And a good online newsroom would help you automate your media relations program, enable prompt and effective response to all media queries and requests. But undoubtedly, to put your best foot forward, a holistically complete online digital newsroom is essential. So it cannot be this, but this. So what must your digital newsroom be like? It must be credible, reliable, searchable, and yes, media friendly for both, as I said, traditional and digital media. Must make the journalist's life easier. Must be assets and content rich. Must provide a seamless, hassle-free user experience. Must have a comprehensive collection of digital assets for greater likelihood of greater coverage. And it must showcase company initiatives, leaders, company impact and recognition, and company thought leadership. Must become the homepage for broadcasters, producers, journalists, and consumers. So a good digital newsroom is crucial. Also, why is a good digital newsroom crucial? Because during BAU or any crisis, it would be a company's guarantee of delivering very speedily all the approved, correct, and uniform messages globally. It helps a company greatly if its online newsroom becomes the first place that the media, its staff, and all its other stakeholders, plus the general public, reach out to check out news about the company. So don't just have a great holistic digital newsroom, but ensure that it ranks amongst the top 3 search results, or at least in the first fold on Google, for the relevant search terms associated with your company, whether at or during BAU or during a crisis. It must rank without fail. Because especially in a crisis, if any media person who's harried for speed doesn't find the requisite and correct information about the company's specific situation, well, then they just might fill the void with whatever else they can find on the internet, which might be pretty damaging for your company. Therefore, the moment somebody searches for anything that's relevant to your company in a crisis or even otherwise, your digital newsroom, which is the perfect repository of all the correct information, must pop right up there so that whoever's searching cannot but visit it and go away with the correct information. So remember, you don't just need to create and support a strong digital newsroom, you also need to inform all stakeholders, especially the media, about its existence and its availability. You must analyze and measure the impact of your content, monitor, track visits, check your newsroom's performance across social media too. Monitor to help it grow in reach and engagement. So, like a microsite on the main website, your digital newsroom must have all the information that the media or any other stakeholder will come to you for. And that includes media releases, media support, social connect, media assets, media registration, company mentions, and presence in the news. It must also reflect company, thought leadership, multimedia highlights, special content marketing series like videos and podcasts, leadership blogs, content recognitions and awards, company history and legacy, speaker invitations, any other special initiatives, or seasonal announcements. And if there's a crisis, then anything pertaining to the crisis that the company wants to be seen first by whoever is actually there on the internet, actively seeking that kind of information. And yes, obviously, it isn't just about creation, but also about maintaining your digital newsroom with the most updated content. Its maintenance will include real-time updates on all sections, plus follow-ups with media and other stakeholder queries. You must circle back immediately. If you need help in putting together a great digital newsroom, reach out to me and I'll connect you with India's biggest PR agency to take care of all your needs. And here are some examples of interesting digital newsrooms. So that's what I had to share about the digital newsroom on your client websites. A good, well-planned and assets-rich newsroom can bring several benefits as a useful platform for media service, for better media connect and engagement, as a quality presentation forum of client initiatives and their impact, the thought leadership of their leadership team, and as a valuable source of updated, opted-in, first-party journalist data. So, go back to your corporate or verticals websites to check, does your digital newsroom measure up? Is it delivering to the potential it can and absolutely must? If the answer is no, get cracking on creating or refreshing the digital newsroom, but make sure that a good public relations expert with diverse experience champions the audit and assessment of your newsroom and drives the creation, whether through its own digital agency or your digital partner. Remember, the digital newsroom on your corporate and verticals website is something no professional entity with best-in-class practices can afford to do without. Thank you for your time. If I can help you any further with a digital newsroom or even with podcasts or anything else to do with public relations and communication, reach out to me and I will connect you with the best PR agency there is. Till we meet again some other time, somewhere else, you can stay in touch with me. My name is, and that's my handle too, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. It's PAVANR Chawla, CHAWLA. And you can call me on 9819293932. Thank you for your time and attention. Take care. Bye-bye.
Can we put our hands together for Mr. Pawan Chawla? Thank you so much, sir. Before announcing the first set of awards for individual award winners, we would like to thank our jury who have done a fantastic job to select the best out of the best in branding and marketing. The jury were
Hi everyone, My name is Amir Ismail. I'm the president of Lintas Live, a part of the Mullen-Lowe Lintas Group. I was honored to be a part of the jury for these awards. It was really gratifying to me to see the excellence and the standards of creativity that were demonstrated in the case studies that we reviewed. It's really heartwarming to see that even in countries where there are so many restrictions, agencies are standing out with innovation and creativity that really sets the bar high. I wish the organizers and all the participants all the very, very best for now and the future.
Hello and Aibowan everyone. I'm Nilmini Gunaratna, Vice President, Marketing and Sustainability at DFCC Bank in Sri Lanka. It is an honor to be a part of the ACEF jury. It was also quite a challenge in picking the best out of the best, as the entries were all very creative, they were customer centric and had also a lot of strategy in terms of the results that it showed. So let me take this opportunity to thank ACEF for extending an invitation to me to be on this panel, and I would also like to congratulate the award winners on their victory. Stay safe and take care. Thank you.
Let me explain some corporate jargons to you all.
You've done a great job.
It means more work will be given to you all.
We will do it.
It means you will only do it.
That's a good question, sir.
It means you are clueless.
We are a team.
It means you will be doing everything and you will be blamed for everything.
All the best.
All the best.
All the best, sir.
It means you are in trouble. Hello, I and a warm welcome to this beautiful event. I'm your host Nishal Kamlan, and it's so unfortunate that this year we have to meet virtually again, but I'm sure things are moving in the right direction, and soon I'll be there right in front of you, irritating and troubling you and asking you to put your hands together and have the energy flowing in. Then you can do it right now as well, because all the award winners would love to hear you applauding from their respective houses as well. And on that note, let me tell you, my name is Nishal. I'll be here to present the awards. I am a corporate trainer. I conduct corporate training for communication, for leadership. I run my own theatre group as well, and I'll be right here to entertain you for this beautiful event. And let me tell you, since the advent of pandemic, clapping all across the world is tax-free. So on that note, let's put our hands together and kickstart this beautiful event. Thank you. So, here we start with the first set of awards. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as we have our awards winner. Over 2.5 decades of well-heeled experience with a trustworthy track record of managing large-scale pan-India operations with core competence in business turnaround and quantum growth in consumer, durable and automobile industry space. The ACEF Asian Business Leadership Award is presented to Mr. Sanjeev Rajshekharan, Managing Director, Harley Davidson, Asia Emerging Markets and India. In his current role, he is responsible for the growth of 3 markets, West Bengal, Odisha and Bhojpuri, which includes Bihar, Jharkhand and Eastern UP. He brings over 2 decades of professional experience with close to 21 years in Z Group. For his growth in achieving resounding success and scaling new heights, the ACEF Asian Business Leadership Award is presented to Mr. Samrat Ghosh, Cluster Head, East, Z Entertainment Enterprises Limited.
Hello everyone. The essence of Indian culture is unity without uniformity and diversity without division. So therefore at ZEAL, we don't treat our markets as Bharat or India, but as many Bharats within India, reflecting this cultural diversity. Much appreciated that our zeal to bring alive this vibrant cultures of Bharat through our product offerings has been recognized by such an esteemed platform. I would like to thank ACEF for conferring me a gold in the Asian Business Leadership Award category. Thank you so much once again.
For the past 9 years, leading the company over the period of greatest success in the company's history and under his leadership, the company has attained a market leadership position in the baby hygiene space and is growing revenue at an average of 34% year on year. Since the introduction of Velona Cuddles in Sri Lanka, the product was successfully launched in many overseas markets, namely Australia, Indonesia, Israel, Kiribati, Malaysia, Maldives, Mongolia, Qatar, Vanuatu and Vietnam. For his achievement, the ACEF Asian Business Leadership Award and the ACEF Marketing Leader of the Year Award is presented to Dr. Gihan D. Soisa, Chairman, Velona Cuddles, Sri Lanka. Congratulations.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank ACEF for awarding Velona Cuddles with multiple awards at the ACEF Asian Leaders Awards for Branding, Marketing and CSR in 2021. I'm personally honored to have been bestowed with 2 gold awards for the prestigious ACEF Asian Business Leadership Award and for the Marketing Leader of the Year Award. So I humbly accept these awards on behalf of Velona Cuddles and our entire marketing and CSR as well as our R&D teams. As a company who's always been focused on sustainability as a responsible corporate citizen, we've always strived very hard to reduce our carbon footprint as well as our ecological handprint. And as a result, our R&D has worked tirelessly on developing 2 products which in conventional terms biodegrade in over 500 years. So we've come up with a diaper as well as a wet wipe which is biodegradable and which does not clog landfills. And we thank the panel of judges for reviewing our applications and awarding us with 5 gold awards at this time, 2021 ACE. Thank you.
Marketing professional with experience in both digital and traditional advertising, promotions, events and campaigns. Working as a brand lead at Z Entertainments Enterprises Limited, driving channel launches, relaunches in the regional Hindi-speaking markets. His achievements include launching Z Bioscope as the market leader at 145 GRPs and receiving 8 marketing awards across forums for innovation and extraordinary solutions in the year 2021. ACEF Asian Brand Management Leadership Award and ACEF Marketing Leadership Award is presented to Mr. Jeet Sen Gupta, Director, Marketing, Z Bioscope, Z Entertainment Enterprises Limited. Congratulations.
Thank you ACEF for conferring me with the gold in Asian Marketing Leadership Awards and Asian Brand Management Leadership Awards. At Z Bioscope, we believe in delivering hyperlocal content by sharply deep diving into consumer insights. And these awards are an evidence of our obsession in consumer centrism. Thank you once again, and here's to our journey onwards and upwards. Aatho Pehliya, Loota Laheliya.
A marketing professional with widespread techno-commercial experience and winner of various coveted industry awards, comes with over 25 plus years of rich experience covering marketing and advertising, indirect sales, product planning, product management, contents and services, partnerships across industry verticals and companies. For his achievements, the ACEF Marketing Leader of the Year is presented to Mr. Amit Gujral, Chief Marketing Officer, JK Tyre and Industries. Over 17 years of experience in marketing, including the CMO of 2 leading general insurance companies, cross-domain marketing experience in banking, insurance, telecom, marketing experience in top brands of the country, a well-respected and much awarded mentor and thought leader in the insurance industry as well as marketing domain across industries. Leader par excellence, trailblazer for women in the insurance industry, marketing guru and currently leading the brand, marketing and PR team. The ACEF Marketing Leader of the Year is presented to Miss Shefali Khalsa, Head Brand and Marketing, Corporate Communications and CSR, SBI General Insurance Company Limited.
Hi, I'm Shefali Khalsa, Head Brand and Marketing and Corporate Communication at SBI General Insurance. I'm extremely glad to have been gratified with this recognition. I would also like to thank ACEF for recognizing me, and this certainly is inspiring me more. This was also possible with the ceaseless opportunities that I have got at SBI General Insurance and the unstinted support of the management as well as my colleagues. I'm also very happy that I'm able to contribute to the company on its growth trajectory and thereby create a persona of being great and most trusted general insurer, firmly focused on Suraksha and Thank you.
An auto brand communications enthusiast with 11 plus years of experience, great at marketing and brand communications, internal communications, digital marketing, social media marketing, campaigns, media handling and media buying, agency partnerships and relations and content management. ACEF's most admired brand manager is none other than Miss Sadia Khan. Congratulations.
My special thanks to my mentors at BCB for their constant support and guidance. This award validates my convictions and motivates me to work even harder and better. Thank you so much for that.
Leadership extended to some of the most successful brands during the decade. As the Group Director of CBL Group from 2000 to 2018, most awarded brands, 107 SLIM Brand Excellence Awards during this period, in addition to many global and Asian brand awards. Munchie Biscuits, market leader, the largest FMCG brand in Sri Lanka. Ritzberry Chocolates, market leader. Tiara Cakes, market leader. Lanka soy-based food products, market leader. Samaposha Nutritional Supplementary Foods, market leader. Sera Coconut Milk Liquid, market entry to leadership. As a strategic advisor from 2018 for Starlight, Home Care and Fabric Care became a challenger brand to multinational giants. Sam's Cordial's total turnaround towards leadership position during 2020. the ACEF team proudly presents the award for the most admired brand builder of the decade 2010 to 2020 in Sri Lanka. It goes to Mr. Nandana Wickremage. Congratulations.
Hi everyone, I am Nandana Wickremage from Sri Lanka. Building brands is surely my passion. For being recognized and awarded as the most admired brand builder of the decade, I feel delighted. Taking many brands that were at one time underdogs, driving them to leadership and placing them amongst the biggest brands in the country were never done single-handed. They were all a team effort. I thank the management of CBL Group for giving me an opportunity to lead their brands and brand teams to victory for almost 2 decades. I also thank Star Holdings Group and Edinburgh Group for placing their trust on me to take their brands to the next level. I thank the organizers of Asian Leaders Forum for giving me recognition for my passion. I dedicate this award to all the teams that work with me passionately. Thank you.
4 key team members: Mandeep Rathore, Dhruv Tuteja, Shweta Menon, Vanshika Rawat, coming from varied backgrounds and with expertise in different domains and under dynamic leadership of Mr. Amit Gujral. They have executed many successful campaigns that have created benchmarks for their teamwork and for their successful campaigns that they have executed. The award for ACEF Marketing Team of the Year goes to the team of JK Tyre and Industries Limited. Well, a well-deserved recognition and congratulations to all the winners. Next up, here are the Grand Prix Award category winners. Gold for Excellence in Marketing Innovation goes to Viacom 18 for Bawra Dil OOH. Gold for Excellence in Marketing Innovation goes to Z Entertainment Enterprises Limited for Z Bioscope Emoji Laharia.
Thank you ACEF for bestowing Z Bioscope with 3 golds in the categories of Most Admired Brand, Marketing Excellence and Marketing Campaign of the Year, and a silver and a bronze in the categories of Consumer Insights and Brand Management. It feels good to see that every aspect of the way we are building brands in Bhojpuri category are being appreciated. Just gives us a lot more confidence to keep doing good work and raising our standards in Bhojpuri arena. Power to Bhojpuri, power to Z Bioscope.
Bronze for Excellence in Marketing Innovation goes to JK Tyre and Industries. Gold for Marketing Campaign of the Year goes to Dialogue Axiata PLC for offered an instant rebate on recharge and payment related transactions via My Dialogue app.
Hi, I'm Sandra D'Souza, Group Chief Customer Officer of Dialogue Axiata in Sri Lanka. We're all very happy to be here today, and I'm elated together with my team to have been judged as the winners for the marketing campaign of the year. And I want to thank all the panelists, jurors, and of course to ACEF, who's done a wonderful job this year as well, and for recognizing the efforts of my team for Marketing Campaign of the Year, in which we were awarded for success in our payments via the My Dialogue app self-care campaign. So congratulations also to all the winners of today, and see you again next year.
Gold for Marketing Campaign of the Year goes to Z Entertainment Enterprises Limited for Z Bioscope Talent Camera Action. Gold for Marketing Campaign of the Year Retail goes to Hippo Stores for Marketing Campaign.
Thanks ACEF and the jury members for awarding us with the gold at the 10th Asian Leaders Forum and Awards for the Marketing Campaign of the Year 2021 for the brand Hippo Stores. Challenges faced while developing this brand, putting together the marketing campaign, 11 films and God knows what all, was unprecedented. But we did it. Amazing feat, Team Apple combined and Team Hippo Stores. Big congratulations to Dialogue of Sri Lanka and Z Entertainment of India for sharing gold with us. Heartiest congratulations to JK Tires for the silver and SDFC Argo for the bronze. Thank you ACEF again. I, Ranjan Das, on behalf of Apple Combined and Team Stores, are humbled and honored. Thank you again.
Silver for Marketing Campaign of the Year goes to JK Tire and Industries for Zindagi Ke Paiye, Wheels of Life. Silver for Marketing Campaign of the Year goes to MTV India for MTV Organ Dan. Bronze for Marketing Campaign of the Year goes to HDFC Ergo General Insurance Company Limited for hashtag 21 Reasons Why. Next up, Grand Prix Award, the Most Admired Brands of the Year. Gold for Most Admired Brand of the Year goes to Alpenliebe Just Jelly for making Just Jelly more than just a jelly. Gold for Most Admired Brand of the Year goes to Centerfruit for From Tongue to Tongue Mood Ting Tong. Gold for Most Admired Brand of the Year goes to Chupa Chups by Trifetti Van Mel India for unlocking the confectionery potential in young adults. Gold for Most Admired Brand of the Year, News Sector, goes to News 18 India. Gold for Most Admired Brand of the Year goes to Reliance Digital for My Kind of Tech. Gold for Most Admired Brand of the Year goes to Reliance Jio. Gold award for Most Admired Brand of the Year goes to Z Entertainment Enterprises Limited for Z Bioscope.
Thank you ACEF for bestowing Z Bioscope with 3 golds in the categories of Most Admired Brand, Marketing Excellence and Marketing Campaign of the Year, and a silver and a bronze in the categories of Consumer Insights and Brand Management. It feels good to see that every aspect of the way we are building brands in Bhojpuri category are being appreciated. Just gives us a lot more confidence to keep doing good work and raising our standards in Bhojpuri arena. Power to Bhojpuri, power to Z Bioscope.
Next up, the winners in the Capability Award categories. Gold for Best Brand Loyalty Marketing Campaign goes to Prifati Vanmel India for unlocking the confectionery potential in young adults. Silver for Best Brand Loyalty Marketing Campaign goes to Biba or Hansa Security for Biba Burn or Share.
Hi, I'm Ekta Datta and I head the marketing at Biba Apparels. On behalf of the entire Biba team, I would like to thank ACEF Asian Leader Awards for felicitating us with a silver for the Best Brand Loyalty Marketing Campaign. This is for a campaign that we have done with Hansa Equity on burning stereotypes which are related to fashion and women, and it's something that we are very excited about. So thank you so much for giving us this award. It means a lot to us.
Gold for Best Media Relations or PR Campaign goes to Z Entertainment Enterprises Private Limited for Unlimited Life. Silver for Best Media Relations or PR Campaign goes to Z Entertainment Enterprises Private Limited for Fit Fab Feast Huma Qureshi. Bronze for Best Media Relations or PR Campaign goes to Z Entertainment Enterprises Private Limited for Goan Gullies. Gold for Best Social Media Campaign goes to Z Entertainment Enterprises Private Limited for Baker's Table. Gold for Best Use of Video Content goes to Z Marathi for Punascha Hari Om. Gold for Excellence in Brand Awareness goes to Z Marathi for Adhik Mas Print Campaign.
Designing marketing activities which help connect forward with our viewers has always been the key focus and attempt here at Z Marathi. It's a great honor to be recognized at a platform like ACEF amongst the exemplary work which is being awarded to
Gold for excellence in brand awareness goes to Airtel Payments Bank for Airtel Safe Pay.
Hello everyone. I'm actually super stoked to receive this recognition. I humbly accept this on behalf of our agency partners, Airtel and the bank team. This actually proves a point that great products need to make a visible and actual difference to consumers' life. This would further encourage us to push bar on innovations. I really want to thank the jury for all the love they showered on us, and I can promise you one thing, that will not disappoint you next year. Many thanks.
We have joint silver winners. Silver for excellence in brand awareness goes to Viacom 18 for Bawra Dil OOH. Silver for excellence in brand awareness goes to Harley Davidson Asia Emerging Market for rediscovering new roads with Harley Davidson. We have joint bronze winners. Bronze for excellence in brand awareness goes to Prifati Van Mel India for unlocking the confectionery potential in young adults. Bronze for excellence in brand awareness goes to Geo Fiber Campaign 2020. Gold for excellence in brand management goes to Zee Marathi for Zee Marathi Social IP. Hashtag Celebrate Shravan. Silver for excellence in brand management goes to Max Life Insurance for India ke bharose ka number.
Hi, I am extremely delighted, excited, thankful, and really bubbling with joy to having received, on behalf of Max Life, 4 awards in the ACEF Asian Leaders Awards for branding and marketing and CSR, 3 golds and 1 silver. I once again am thankful to all the organizers of these awards, and I would like to thank my entire team and the teams at Max Life who have put in all their efforts to get this recognition. Thank you once again. Goodbye. Take care.
Bronze for excellence in brand management goes to Zee Entertainment Enterprises Limited for Zee Bioscope. Gold for excellence in brand strategy goes to Bennett Coleman & Co. Limited for Shot of Hope.
Good morning. The Times of India brand has always been about credible, authentic, trusted information, multiple balanced perspectives. Therefore, it is no surprise that in a recently conducted survey by Reuters in the country, the Times of India brand emerged as the most trusted news brand in India. 2 of our recent initiatives, the Shot of Hope campaign and the Want My Newspaper campaign, have won awards, and I thank ACEF and the jury for the same. The Shut of Hope campaign addressed the issue of vaccine hesitancy, availability, and various information topics relevant on that. This was available in digital as well as in print. The Want My newspaper campaign was another very impactful initiative that sought to take on the entire misinformation that was swirling around at that point of time and present the right perspective through our paper. I thank ACEF and the jury once again, because it just strengthens our resolve to keep on doing these kind of campaigns that bring about positive change to our readers and to society. Thank you.
Silver for excellence in brand strategy goes to LogicServe Digital Private Limited for HDFC Life Buy Online. Bronze for excellence in brand strategy goes to XCM Amazon India for Prime Day.
Prime Day 21 was all about discovering joy for our brand partners, small and medium sellers, and our customers. So it's truly humbling for that campaign to be recognized under the Excellence in Brand Strategy category by ACEF. On behalf of the entire team, thank you.
Gold for excellence in consumer insights or market research goes to Max Life Insurance for India Protection Quotient 3.0.
Hi, I am extremely delighted, excited, thankful, and really bubbling with joy to having received on behalf of Max Life 4 awards in the ACEF Asian Leaders Awards for branding and marketing and CSR, 3 golds and 1 silver. I once again am thankful to all the organizers on these awards, and I would like to thank my entire team and the teams at Max Life who have put in all their efforts to get this recognition. Thank you once again. Goodbye. Take care.
Silver for excellence in consumer insights goes to Z Entertainment Enterprises Limited for Z Bioscope brand song rap. Gold for excellence in customer experience goes to Max Life Insurance for Speed Dial Partner for Life. Gold for excellence in customer experience goes to Indigo, Interglobe Aviation Limited, and Wyden plus Kennedy Delhi for Lean, Clean Flying Machine. Silver for excellence in customer experience goes to Lakme Academy powered by Aptech for backstage drama.
Hi, we're delighted to have received the silver for our initiative Backstage Drama at the 10th edition of the ACEF Asian Leaders Forum and Awards. Lakme Academy, powered by Aptech, is a premier brand from the house of Aptech. We take immense pride in making sure that we skill build students in the space of beauty and make sure that they are gainfully employed. I sincerely would like to thank the jury for recognizing our efforts in this direction, and we promise that we would continue to strive and make better efforts in terms of making sure that the goals of the students are achieved. Thank you.
Bronze for excellence in customer experience goes to Reliance Mall for Happy Wali Diwali. Gold for excellence in customer service strategy goes to Velona Cuddles Private Limited, Sri Lanka for Velona Cuddles diaper subscription app. Gold for excellence in digital transformation goes to Max Life Insurance for Go Digital. Silver for excellence in digital transformation goes to Reliance Jio. Bronze for excellence in digital transformation goes to Jamna Auto Industries Limited for Jai IT Vistar. Gold for excellence in launch marketing goes to Hippo Stores for Launch and Growth campaign.
Thank you ACEF 2021 for awarding and recognizing our work on Hippo Stores launch campaign. It's an incredible feeling to win the gold in Excellence in Launch campaign category and an absolute honor to be recognized among such strong contenders like Airtel Bank and the Entertainment. A big shout out to Team Hippo Stores and Team African Life for putting in all the hard work and those sleepless nights. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much for the work.
Silver for excellence in launch marketing goes to Airtel Payments Bank for Airtel Safe Pay. Bronze for excellence in launch marketing goes to Z Entertainment Enterprises Private Limited for Unlimited Life. Gold for excellence in media strategy goes to Bennett Coleman and Co Limited for Shot of Hope. Silver for excellence in media strategy goes to Z Entertainment Enterprises Private Limited for Unlimited Life. Bronze for excellence in media strategy goes to Z Marathi for Adhik Mas print campaign. Gold for excellence in partner marketing goes to Z Marathi for Punascha Hari Om.
Hi, it's an honor to be recognized by a platform like ACEF. Thank you for this award as it continues to encourage us to create campaigns like these ones and ensure audience of Maharashtra remains entertained. Thank you so much.
Gold for excellence in partner marketing goes to Prime Video for Mirzapur Season 2 launch. Silver for excellence in partner marketing goes to Nippon Life India Asset Management Limited for Wealth Connections. We have joint winners in the category of Integrated Marketing Communication. Gold for Integrated Marketing Communication goes to Viacom 18 for Bawra Dil. Gold for Integrated Marketing Communication goes to Happy Dent for Happy Dent, your most meal companion. Silver for Integrated Marketing Communication goes to Airtel Payments Bank for Airtel Safe Pay. Bronze for Integrated Marketing Communication goes to Indigo Interglobe Aviation Limited and Widen plus Kennedy Delhi for Lean Clean Flying Machine. Gold for Marketing Performance Measurement goes to Zee Marathi for Zee Marathi Festival of Marathi Entertainment. Silver for Marketing Performance Measurement goes to VH1 India for VH1 Signs of Music. Silver for Marketing Performance Measurement goes to Teleperformance India for Unprecedented Times, Unprecedented Response. Bronze for Marketing Performance Measurement goes to Nippon Life India Asset Management Limited for New Year Geo-Targeting Campaign. Gold for Most Admired B2B Marketing goes to Denave, www.denave.com for Demand Generation Campaign, APAC Markets.
Thank you so much for this honor. I humbly acknowledge this award on behalf of my stellar team. Each one of them has tirelessly worked over the years to make Brand Denave reach where it stands today. As we all know, B2B marketing is an altogether different terrain, and last year specifically has been a tough ride for brands globally. We ourselves have had our own journey, our own setbacks, learning and wins, and I think with our focus on hyper-targeted content and ROI-driven digital programs, we've successfully acquired new client logos and built a consistent revenue pipeline for Delay. I'm so proud that we were able to achieve more than we had set out for what we had set out for ourselves. And once again, on behalf of my team, thank you so much for this recognition.
Gold for most admired B2C marketing campaign goes to Sigma 8 or 360-degree creative communications for Moringa EMO brand launch. Silver for most admired B2C marketing campaign goes to Alpenliebe Just Jelly for making Just Jelly more than just a jelly. Bronze for most admired B2C marketing campaign goes to Zee Marathi for Zee Marathi social IP, hashtag celebrate Shravan. Bronze for most admired B2C marketing campaign goes to Sigma 8 or 360 degrees creative communications for Evoli brand launch. Gold for most admired brand activation campaign goes to Logic Serve Digital Private Limited for HDFC Life Promise Wala Dabba. Silver for most admired brand activation campaign goes to MTV Beats for MTV Beats Love Do It. Bronze for most admired brand activation campaign goes to Viacom 18 for Bawra Dil. Gold for most admired brand marketing across Asia goes to Sigma 8 or 360 degrees creative communications for Evoli brand launch. Gold for most admired branded content goes to Dabur India Limited for What Women Want. Silver for most admired branded content goes to Prime Lands Private Limited for Good Deed is a Good Investment. Bronze for most admired branded content goes to Dell India for Delightful 2019. Bronze for most admired branded content goes to Perfetti Van Mill India for unlocking the confectionery potential in young adults. Gold for most admired campaign for brand revitalization goes to Perfetti Van Mail India for unlocking the confectionery potential in young adults. Silver for most admired campaign for brand revitalization goes to Bennett Coleman and Co Limited for Want My Paper.
Good morning. The Times of India brand has always been about credible, authentic, trusted information, multiple balanced perspectives. Therefore, it is no surprise that in a recently conducted survey by Reuters in the country, the Times of India brand emerged as the most trusted news brand in India. Two of our recent initiatives, the Shot of Hope campaign and the Want My Newspaper campaign, have won awards, and I thank ACEF and the jury for the same. The Shot of Hope campaign addressed the issue of vaccine hesitancy, availability, and various information topics relevant on that. This was available in digital as well as in print. The Want My Newspaper campaign was another very impactful initiative that sought to take on the entire misinformation that was swirling around at that point of time and present the right perspective through our paper. I thank ACEF and the jury once again, because it just strengthens our resolve to keep on doing these kind of campaigns that bring about positive change to our readers and to society. Thank you.
Bronze for most admired campaign for brand revitalization goes to Zee Marathi for Zee Marathi Festival of Marathi Entertainment. Gold for most admired not-for-profit marketing campaign goes to MTV Beats for MTV Beats Love Do It. Silver for most admired not-for-profit marketing campaign goes to Canara HSBC Oriental Bank of Commerce Life Insurance for Depend on Insurance Season 1.
Delighted to have received this award. Talking about the objective and strategy behind the campaign, the pandemic had been a challenging time for the industry at large, brands, and all of us as families. The one sentiment that really stuck out was people were concerned about securing their family's future. And in such uncertain times, you always look for a dependable partner. To keep the brand alive and with IPL kicking in, we brought together and drew parallels between cricket and real life. And that's when the entire concept came about and came alive with whether it's cricket or life, when you're on a sticky wicket, you should turn to someone you can depend on. And that's where Canara HSBC OBC Life Insurance could be a great insurance partner and a brand to reckon with. We took Sanjay Manjrekar as the face of the campaign. None better than him, who knows the ins and outs of cricket, and with his stories and real life challenges, how depend on insurance depend on us.
Bronze for most admired not-for-profit marketing campaign goes to News 18 HSM Network for Corona Control Room. Gold for most effective use of sponsorship and event marketing goes to Sigma 8 or 360 Degrees Creative Communications for Sigma 8 Tennis Tournament. Silver for most effective use of sponsorship and event marketing goes to Dabur India Limited for Immunity Town Hall. Bronze for most effective use of sponsorship and event marketing goes to Dabur India Limited for What Women Want. Our next set of awards are to recognize the Asian leaders for good acts. Here are the benefits to get recognized for your good act. It enhances a company's reputation, helps employees take pride in their work, and instill confidence in customers about the quality and professionalism of your organization. It can also improve your networking opportunities by raising your profile within your industry. Well done and keep up the good work. And now we announce the winners in the CSR category. To start with, Gold for Excellence in Social Responsibility. It goes to Sun Pharmaceutical Industries Limited.
At this moment, it is really hard to express my feeling with words. It's a huge honor for Sun Pharma to receive ACEF Asian CSR Leaders Award for Excellence in Social Responsibility. I received this award on behalf of my team members whose effort brought this honor to us. The focus of Sun Pharma CSR initiatives have always been to serve unserved and underserved communities. We would like to thank the award committee and the jury members who selected us for this award. We will do our best to justify the trust and will continue to serve the communities. Thank you very much.
Gold for Best CSR Event goes to ICICI Lombard for Right to Safety.
Thank you. We are proud and humbled ACEF Awards to receive the prestigious award and gold for two categories. Go Green, where we plant close to 0.5 million trees already, and for our Courage Empowering Lives program, where we work with disenfranchised young individuals and educate them and make them positive contributors to society. Blue Dart, as part of the DPDH group, works with the credo, connecting people, improving lives. And for us, connecting people and improving lives is not just by moving their shipments. It is by connecting with them emotionally and ensuring the lives of their communities and their individual lives are sustainable. Thank you very much for conferring this very prestigious award on Blue Dart. Thank you, ACEF, and thank you everybody for supporting us.
Gold for Best Eco Product or FMCG goes to Velona Cuddles Private Limited, Sri Lanka for Velona Cuddles Biodegradable Bamboo Diaper. Gold for Overall Excellence in Social Responsibility goes to Sterlite Technologies Limited. Best Business Practices Award. Gold for Best Eco-Focused Organization or FMCG goes to Velona Cuddles Private Limited, Sri Lanka for Velona Cuddles Biodegradable Bamboo Diaper. Gold for Best Sustainable Green Initiative goes to Blue Dart Express Limited for Go Green. Engagement and Communications Award. Gold for Best Cause-Related Communication Campaign goes to ICICI Lombard for combating COVID-19. Gold for Best Employee Engagement Scheme goes to DCB Bank Limited for Each One Reach One. Ethical Business Practices Award. Gold for Waste Management goes to Sterlite Technologies Limited for Zero Waste to Landfill. Social Impact Award. Gold for Best Educational Scholarship Program goes to Greaves Cotton for Deep Development, Education, Empowerment and Progress.
Hello everyone, my name is Nagesh Basmanhalli. I am the Group CEO and MD of Greaves Cotton. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude on behalf of the entire organization for being felicitated with the Gold Award for CSR in the Asian Leaders Awards category by the prestigious program ACEF. We have won this award for the second time, which reaffirms our commitment. We've initiated several CSR projects to bring positive impact for various stakeholders in the society. Through our CSR initiative, DEEP, which stands for Development, Education, Empowerment and Progress, we aim to identify, educate, train and skill many socio-economically deprived young people who are looking for better employability, independence and a bright future. Being acknowledged for this award strengthens our resolve to work for the greater good of the community and staying true to our philosophy of adding more to life. Thank you and have a great day.
Gold for Best Educational Scholarship Program goes to Blue Dart Express Limited for Blue Edge Empowering Lives. Gold for Best Community Affairs goes to Dwarka Kshetriya Gramin Financial Services Private for CSR Initiative Oxygen Concentrators Distribution.
Hi. At Dwara KGFS, we service around 21,000 villages in 6 states. Our main goal is to ensure that every individual in rural India has financial access. During the COVID second wave, what we did was to make sure that all our communities in these villages have access to vaccination as well as oxygen. We distributed a lot of oxygen concentrators to PHCs and clinics where we felt there was a need, and we also conducted a lot of vaccination drives, and I feel that, and I think this is a great accomplishment because all our staff, our state heads, our CEO, we work towards a common goal of achieving this. And I would really like to thank ACEF Asian Leaders Awards for awarding us under this Best Community Affairs category. Thank you so much. This is definitely going to motivate us to be better.
Gold for Best Corporate Community Partnership goes to Teleperformance India for Citizens of the World. Gold for Best Corporate Non-Profit Partnership goes to DCB Bank Limited for DCB Bank and iNature Watch Foundation. Before ending the day, we would like to inform you that the ACEF Global Awards are now open for entries and are scheduled for April 22. With this note, on behalf of ACEF, we thank all the participants, supporting partners, and congratulate all the award winners. Take care, be safe till we meet again. Sayonara, goodbye, thank you so much. And as I said at the start, we all are warriors who have braved and fought this pandemic. Let's continue to do so. Stay home, stay safe, or whenever we are out, let's keep safe distance. Thank you. This is your host, Nishal Kamlan, signing off.